The Chicago Bulls apparently are completely dominating the carcass of the Memphis Grizzlies. Zach LaVine has scored 24 points, going 8 of 10 in the first half of this game. The Chicago Bulls are up 14 points, 65 to 51. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have some fun. You guys know what we do here.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Let's get into this halftime hangout. Zach LaVine with 24 points. The Chicago Bulls starters. Let's be clear here, though. No Desmond Bane, no Jaren Jackson Jr., no Ja Morant. We're playing against, like I said, the carcass of the Memphis Grizzlies. Yes, Zach Edey's out there as a rookie. He has 8 points. He has 3 rebounds. Modest Bucilis absolutely blocked the shit out of Zach Edey as well. You got to love to see that. Modest Bucilis is 0 of 4 from the field. Unfortunately, we even got a Javon Carter signing. And Javon Carter is actually not playing bad at all. Now, he isn't shooting the ball worth a damn, but he's kept his head up. He's made a couple of good passes when it comes down to it. He's gotten active defensively. This Chicago Bulls team is playing closer to the style that we reportedly wanted to see the Chicago Bulls play. 9 of 24 from the three-point line, just 37%. It's decent, right? It's not great, but it's decent, right? The Bulls also are out. Well, they're getting out rebounded by 1, but it feels like the Bulls should be out rebounding. And then we got 10 assists on 21 made baskets, 9 turnovers in the game. Got to get that a little bit down. 8 steals, though, do the Chicago Bulls have in this game. So that's really good to see. Like I said, Zach LaVine with 24 points. Josh Giddey, he's 2 of 6 from the field for 9 points, but he has 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. Ayo Dosunmu's also 2 of 4 with 7 points. He has a plus-minus of +1. Patrick Williams, yeah, Modest Bucilis is coming for that spot, young fella. That's all I can say there. Modest Bucilis is definitely coming for that spot. And that's all I can say there. I will not be surprised if Patrick Williams is not the starter by mid-December if he keeps playing like this. If he keeps playing like this, Modest Bucilis is coming for that spot. That's just it. There's no other way around that. He is coming for that spot. Nikola Vucevic, 2 of 4 with 16 minutes in this game. Dalen Terry with 8 minutes. Like I said, Javon Carter, surprisingly, with 10 minutes, the second highest played player off the bench, which is what it comes down to, man. It is what it is, man, when it comes down to that. So overall, it's just this team, it's when you look at the way that the Bulls are playing, they're having more success trying to play the style that they want to play. But it's who the opponent that's coming against. Like, this is not at all the Memphis Grizzlies starters. It's just not, right? This isn't the Memphis Grizzlies team, really. So when it comes down to that, it just really doesn't matter. Alberto, how about this? When you start your own goddamn podcast, you can tell somebody what to do. How about let's do the eye test and let's look at the fact that your mama looks like a cow? How about we worried about that? How about we worry about the fact that your name is Alberto Hernandez? You sound like you should be selling fucking chilaquiles and goddamn tamales out on the corner on 85th. How about you worry about that first? Let's pass the eye test on that before you worry about what we do here. Don't get cooked around these parts. How about you do that? All right, let's do that. Let's get it together. Get it together. All right. This is still Chicago Bulls Central. Let's make sure that you still are very aware this is still Chicago Bulls Central. You will get cooked around here. All right. Let's focus on that. Now, with that said, the Chicago Bulls are playing a lot closer style to what they want to play. And it's really good to see that they're doing that. But you got to take it all with a grain of salt, right? You got to take it with a grain of salt. It's good to see Zach LaVine get on an absolute heater when it comes down to it as well, because I think people have forgotten just how good Zach LaVine can be when he wants to be. Right now, again, this isn't against the greatest competition, so take that all with a grain of salt when it comes down to it. But that's something you got to worry about as well. Gabriel says there's team play, but there is more individual play. They're looking a bit clunky, built selfish rather than a team. But I think that's by design, right? Like, let's be clear here. This Memphis Grizzlies team isn't really a factor for the Bulls. So I do think that the Bulls are playing this as all right, this is your quarter. All right, this is your 3 minutes. Go out there and get yours. I think that's how this Bulls team is playing it. Now, I'm not saying that's great as to how you want to see them play during the regular season, but that's what it feels like they're doing right now. So, you got to see it when it comes down to that as well, man. Not even 3 minutes in, and Haize got to roast nigga real quick. Listen, sometimes you just got to cook up real quick, bro. Haize, leave him alone. He was just saying that women tell him when he jumps in the. That's crazy. That's wild. Pat is so garbage. What the fuck for that, bro? I really hope that this just comes down. I really hope that this just comes down to Patrick Williams not being in rhythm. I really hope that that's the case, because if this is what Patrick Williams is going to bring this year, I'm telling you right now, it's done. Modest Bucilis is going to be the starting four. It's done. It's over with. If this is what he has, if this is what Patrick Williams, if this is what he unlocked, and Patrick Williams talking about he wants to be a leader, saying that there's going to be a role that he has to step up with DeMar being gone. If this is what you got for us, man, I'm telling you right now. Y'all overdoing it on the P-Will hate. Dude is ass right now, but he hasn't played in a while. I'm giving him at least 10 games in the regular season before I complete. And that's facts. Let's be clear here, mediocre self. You are absolutely right as well, right? There's not anything that needs to be decided right now, but it is something that is starting to raise some questions, right? That modest block on Edey just shows how much of a demon he's going to be on the defensive end. Again, blocks don't necessarily mean you're good defensively, but it does show how active he is. That timing on the blocks that he has is great to see. It's great to see. Hey, Haize really just went in for 45 seconds and smoothly transitioned back into his stop. Listen, I'm professional with this. This is what we do. This is what we do. I need this Zach this year, bro. Hey, listen, if Zach can play like this when the regular season is on, that's what we need to see. Will you attend games in person this season, do a couple of vlog-like videos? We'll see what God has in store, man. We don't know what the heavens have in store for me, man. What is up with Pat pulling up from Curry range? Hey, listen. I mean, he said he wanted to be a leader this season. He's trying to get himself going, man. I'm waiting for Modest poster dunk. He's determined to get. Did y'all see the pregame dunks? Did y'all see the pregame dunk line? I'm glad that that's back. Also, shout out to CHSN for fixing the vertical scoreboard and going back to the horizontal scoreboard. Shout out to them for doing that. Bulls paid him $90 million. They will continue to give him a chance. Yeah, he's going to get a chance regardless, but let's be clear here. Giving him a chance doesn't necessarily mean starting. Billy Donovan is not opposed to sitting P-Will. So, you know, because they also drafted Modest Bucilis, so they're going to give him a chance, right? Just close your eyes and pretend Bucilis was drafted 4th and Pat was drafted 11th. Listen, even with what Pat's given at number 11, it's kind of, you know, it is what it is. Lonzo knee soreness according to Donovan. Yeah, and he's going to have knee soreness. That's going to happen all throughout this season. And don't be surprised or shocked by that. The small ball lineup did well versus Edey and other big with Modest P-Will at the 4 and 5. And I don't know if that's the thing right now that we want. Like Billy Donovan having success with a small ball lineup now, man, listen. The fact that Adama Sanogo got 2 minutes in a game where Jalen Smith is gone is crazy right now. It's crazy. Thoughts on Giddey's first half? Solid. Like, I know he didn't shoot the ball well. I will say this. Him confidently taking that three when they went underneath on the screen, that's what you want Josh Giddey to get. Yes, he's 1 for 4 today. It's not great shooting percentages. He's 2 of 6 overall from the field, right? That's not great. But he's impacting the game. The 6 rebounds, the 4 assists, the 1 block. Josh Giddey's out there getting active. He's not shooting the ball well. But I'll tell you what, 9.6 rebounds in 17 minutes of play, I'll take that, right? Like, of course, he needs to be more efficient. I want him to be more efficient. But the thing is that when you're not being efficient, how else can you impact the game? And he's finding another way to impact the game, and I got to give him credit for that. Where's Kobe? Torrey almost died at the rim. His battery's in his knees, dead. That's funny. Kobe's out with a groin injury. So, what do you think about ball-headed whole game so far today? Listen, I hate him. I do not like Javon Carter. I want him up off my team immediately. But I got to give him credit out there. He's made some heads-up plays. Now, it's not what you expect from a veteran who's of Javon Carter, but he's made some listen, people were trying to glaze THT in the last game. Javon Carter's playing basically exactly what THT gave us the last game. So, for what that's worth. I'm not overly impressed by it, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm good. It's good to see Zach back to his old self, getting ready to up his trade value a bit at the deadline. I mean, listen, I'm telling you guys, there's a high chance that Zach LaVine is here throughout this season. Sanogo can't get any minutes in preseason games. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Phillips needs more minutes. His 3-point shot looks clean. Listen, Phillips looks good. Like, Julian Phillips looks really good out there. And keep in mind, this is preseason. So he did play 8 minutes, but him not playing a whole lot, right, may not be an indicator that he's not in the rotation. It may be an indicator that all right, we've seen what we've seen from Julian Phillips between practice and the games. We've seen what we've seen. Let's look at these guys who are trying to make the roster. That's a possibility, right? That's all I can say. What do you think the squad is struggling with so far, and what do you think they can or should do to improve? 3-point shooting can be better. Now, it's not terrible like it was last game. I'll give them that, but it can be better. And I also think still movement without the ball. I'm seeing more of it than what we've typically seen for the Chicago Bulls under Billy Donovan, but I want to see more of it. Need to see more of it as well. Rick Ortiz was impressed with the defense when the young lineup was on the floor. Oh, I've been impressed with the defense overall today. But again, keep in mind, you're not playing against the real Memphis Grizzlies at all. Like they started Kosher and Wells and LaRavia, like La Cucaracha. I'm not really impressed by who they're playing out there. So Zach is out there smiling. At least Pat is shooting the shot now. Io is definitely the heartbeat of this team. He's replaced the Caruso role in more way than one. I would assume it was literally the heart of this team, period. Kneecap head has been tolerable against the weaker competition. Exactly, against the weaker competition. For sure. What's going on, Genesis? Glad to have you in the building as well. Glad to have you in the building. Wade, within stop doing drugs, sir. Giddy not playing power forward. What? Who said Giddy's playing power forward? BKR Sport with the new logo. I almost didn't recognize. It's pretty obvious at this point the Chicago Bulls are going undefeated this season. That's hilarious. Listen, the Chicago Bulls go undefeated this season. That'd be crazy. By the way, we passed 20K subscribers. You know what that means? That means I'm bringing BKR Sport over. When is it going to happen? I don't know. We need to figure it out, but it is going to happen. I'm a man of my word. I said we was going to bring the man over. We bringing the man over. All right? Y'all make sure y'all keep that in. It's happening. Don't know exactly when. We'll work it out. Me and him got to talk on the side, but we're bringing him over. BKR Sports coming over. We're going to make that happen. We're going to make it happen. Alberto really got cooked and left the chat without saying a word. I mean, what can you say after that? He had to go sell those tamales. Bro. He had to go make that money. What's good, Haize? What's going on, Brandon? Good to see Giddy not afraid to shoot it, but man, his shot looks awkward. Yeah, we got to get like Peter Pat. Hopefully Peter Patton gets to working with him, man. Someone said sit Pat and let Giddy. They definitely on the Finney. But all right, y'all, we're gonna get. I don't know where my Henny went, but we got the Japanese whiskey in this mug. We're gonna do the halftime lead shot. Salute. Hopefully for a Bulls win. Ooh, that's a little kick. All right, y'all. Love you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys so much for all your support. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on your way out as well. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red. I'll see y'all post-game show. Peace, y'all. And we get to play the new outro.
Presentation of the Break Media.